What's going on, guys? Matt Wacek here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to break down 4 things that you absolutely must have in order to hit any success within either just pay-per-call, affiliate marketing, lead gen SEO, or any other business on the face of the planet. These 4 things are not tactics, and they are really boring, and they're also very, very hard to overcome. And to make sure these 4 things are ingrained into your brain, it's not easy because humans are not wired to do these things in the least bit at all. No animal is. So you really need to be able to nail down these 4 things in order to have success. And if you are able to do so, you're going to have far more success than the guy that goes from tactic to tactic or some weird black hat technique if you're talking anything online, or someone who spends 2 months building out an SEO site and then they see, oh, it doesn't work, so this is not working, this is fake, and then they'll jump to Amazon FBA and they'll try that with half-ass effort for 2 months as well. Or then they see, oh, this doesn't work, then they go to Shopify and they try to do that, and then they try to do email marketing and they put in half-ass attempts and just jump from tactic to tactic and method to method without putting these 4 things into place, because these things are the framework. And when this framework is built out, it can work in any business, whether it's online or offline. And I'm not even going to get into the tangent of offline businesses and how much simpler it is to get started with an online business and less cost prohibitive for a basic online business like anything marketing related. But comparing any online marketing business to starting an excavating company or any heavy construction or a restaurant, you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars before any revenue comes in at all. So that leads into number 1, which is effort. And yes, we're going down to absolute basics, but so many people fail to really realize this. If you do not put in the effort, you don't put in the time, you are not going to get anywhere in any business. And yes, are there tools out there to make the process more efficient and faster? Yes, absolutely. But you, the person who's in charge of your business, has to learn how to use those tools. For example, Thrive Architect or Elementor to build out your sites to rank and then to monetize those sites. You are going to have to spend time learning those softwares and putting systems in place and documenting your process, so that way when you start to expand and you either hire VAs or employees, they know what to do as well, and that way the system's in place so that they know what they need to do and how it needs to be done. Otherwise, they're going to basically be blind, led by the blind, and that's not going to work. So it's going to take a lot of time and effort, and you have to be the one to put that in. Otherwise, your business is going nowhere. So that leads into number 2, and this is the toughest one for any human to overcome by far. Focus and discipline. When you're trying to do work, how many tabs do you have open on your computer? Is it just the 1 or 2 tabs for your WordPress backend and then maybe the page that you're working on? Because that's all you should really have. Or do you have Facebook open and email, and you're constantly seeing the number change with the parentheses for your notifications, your messenger, your emails coming in, all that stuff? And is your phone near you? Are you seeing Snapchat notifications and Instagram notifications constantly coming up hundreds of times a day, and phone calls coming in and texts and all of that? Your phone should not be near you if you are working. Neither should other people. You should be able to designate a couple or a few hours a day, if you're still maybe working a job, that's all the time that you have, that you can focus strictly on your work, and you're not going to be distracted by other people. Because if you do not have the focus to be able to put in the right work for the amount of time that it takes, combining these 2 things together here, you're not going to get anywhere. And I can do a 30-minute video, I'm sure, on focus and discipline. That's one of the hardest things to overcome, is just having garbage work habits and overall just shit life habits. Are you going out drinking every single weekend, or are you eating garbage food? Do you work out regularly and also do partake in the stretching and all the recovery stuff and getting the right sleep? Going to bed at the same time every day, making sure your sleep is good and optimized, and sleeping in a dark room. I mean, there are so many things that so many people really mess up, and it's all related to just their overall habits. And then they wonder why they can't get anything done, because then while you are still drinking every weekend, you don't work out, you eat garbage food, then when you are working, you have 12 tabs open and your phone is right next to you and you're looking at Instagram every 5 minutes. So now number 3, and this is as simple as a yes or no question. Are you consistently working towards your goals each and every day? It's a yes or no question. It's really that simple. I'm guessing the vast majority of answers to this are no. If it is no, put hashtag no in the comments down below, so that way you acknowledge this and you can improve on this. Because what has really helped me has been working a little bit each and every day with things that I'm building. So essentially what I mean by this is that for me, some of the best ways to actually get to the goals I want to hit has been really just working every single day. Now, not necessarily 12 hours every single day, but staying consistent and making sure it comes down again to the focus and the discipline of going to bed at the same time every single day, and having a good fitness routine and everything like that. So that way, because those same things apply to consistency with work and building a business. It's the exact same principle. So I optimize myself to really just work every single day. And granted, on like a Sunday or something like that, maybe I'll work a little bit in the morning or something like that. Nothing crazy unless I want to. But being in the habits and just making yourself into essentially a robot is one of the things you kind of have to do if you want to get where you want to go with your business. So yes, you can get away with doing just 5 days a week. Just make sure that your focus and discipline are good and that the efforts you are putting in are the right efforts that are going to move you forward. But bottom line, working every single day, but at least having somewhat of a system with how I get up and how I just do everything, and then I go to my computer and then I do what needs to get done right away. And then going through my list that I have set up, written down on a notebook, and making sure that all that stuff gets done each day. And not only am I happy because I'm checking off everything from my list, but I'm consistently gaining progress. And that's really what matters most. For me, as I've wired myself as an entrepreneur, if there's no goal to achieve with what I'm doing, then there's really no point in doing it. So for me to achieve the goals I want with my business directly coincides to me achieving the goals I want to do with fitness and with racing motocross and that sort of thing. You're just constantly improving to reach the next milestone. And being consistent is what allows you to get there. So this leads into number 4, which is patience. Especially with SEO. It takes time. Yes, it's going to take a couple months to get even a smaller site in a smaller suburb, small town, in order to rank and start getting traffic and getting conversions. If you're targeting a bigger city with a lot of competition, it's going to take a lot of time for that to rank. 6 months, maybe even a year, depending on how heavy the competition is. You're talking about creating something from nothing, and you're trying to go up against websites and businesses that have had these websites for upwards of maybe 20 years. So you have a lot of competition you're going up against. You're not necessarily going to see the progress on a day-to-day level. You have to really look at it at a minimum of week to week, but really at a month-to-month level, especially with SEO and the time that it takes. You really just have to combine these two together to work each day on what you need to do in order to get your sites where you want them to be. You have to be able to see things through to fruition in order to hit the goals that you want to achieve. Like I said, if you're building a site in a niche where the lead competitor is a website that is 20 years old and they've been in business for 50 years, and you're trying to build a site in 3 months to make that happen, it's going to take longer than that to be able to overtake them in the search results. So have the patience, combining that with the consistency each day to do what needs to get done. And while you're doing those things, have the focus and discipline to put in the good quality work and remove the shit habits from your life. And then you will start to see your effort and your monetary funds that you put into your business start to pay off in the form of a return, which would be revenue in this instance. So those are the 4 things that if you're able to possess all of these mindsets and traits, you're going to have far more success than the guy that jumps from business model to business model and tactic to tactic and puts in half-ass effort and then never gets anywhere. So if you like this type of video, let me know by leaving a like down below. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to go down below, smash that subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so that way you know when the newest videos come live. And if you're interested in learning in-depth training on how to build websites, rank them in the search engines, and monetize them with pay-per-call or lead gen offers, there's a link down below to my course, as well as website design and SEO services. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.